everyone.
Hi.
It's Candace and Scott, Lord and Lady Muffin Top here with you. Finally back again after a few weeks of non-recording. Sorry about that.
If you read our blog, you'll know why. We've had a couple of interesting weeks that have led to Sundays that were not conducive for recording.
At all.
One of which was without having power for an entire day, which means we couldn't sit in front of a camera and talk and have it record efficiently.
At all.
That would then be editable for the very amateur editors that we are.
Right. So we hope that you all have been doing well. We hope that you have taken the time, maybe with the break in the videos, to take a look at our blog and let us know what you think. We always welcome feedback. This week we are going to go over our results from this past week. We've been at this for almost a month now, I think. So some interesting changes. And then we're just going to do a little bit of talking, really.
I'm going to talk about yesterday.
Specifically.
We should have taken some video. We need to get better at, like, if we're going to blog or vlog about something, take pictures or video of what we're doing.
Yeah, we should.
Next time.
Next time.
We're still new. We're figuring it out. We'll make it more interesting as we go.
Yes. So, for my results, this week I had a good week. Last week I had gone up a little bit on the scale, but this week I was able to lose what I had gained.
Nice.
Plus a pound. So I was down about 3.4 pounds this week. So over the course of the last month since we've started, I'm down about 8 pounds.
Fantastic.
So I'm really happy about that. Doesn't sound like much, and I know I've got a long way to go, but it's in the right direction, so I'm happy about it.
It's 2 pounds a week.
That's right, which is healthy.
It's healthy, and if you think of it over the course of a year, that's 104 pounds.
Yep.
That's a lot of weight to lose if you can keep up that 2 pounds a week.
It is. So, like I said, I'm happy about it. Of course, it's not going away as fast as I would like it to go, but I do want to do it in a safe and healthy way, and I want to do it in a method that is attainable and maintainable.
Yep.
So, as far as activity level, once again, it was a crazy week. That is starting to sound like an excuse, and it's kind of driving me nuts, but at this point in the game, that's how it is. I'm going to try and make it a more conscious decision to actually work out this week and see if I can get to that 150 minutes somehow. So we'll see what works.
I'm going to put on my coaching hat for a minute. What are you planning on doing to change this week so you can make that a priority?
Well, I did write it down in my planner
this
week, so I actually set it up like an appointment. So I just have to make sure that I don't work through those times or not work through those times and just be lazy about it.
Right. So what are you going to do when it hits that time when you're just like, I don't feel like doing this, but you know you have to do it anyway? So what are you going to tell yourself to get up out of the chair you're sitting in now and go do some dancing or some walking or whatever?
Just that it's going to be worth it in the end. I'll feel better immediately. Well, maybe not immediately after I'm done. But it'll give me a sense of accomplishment that I've actually done it. And I know that my body will thank me for it.
Excellent.
So
good stuff.
Yeah.
So good job. High five. So results for me. Last week I was down about 0.1 pounds. Woot, woot. This week I was actually down exactly 1 pound. So from the beginning, a month ago when we started doing this, I think I'm down 7 point something pounds. Since I show my numbers on the channel, when Candace throws those in an editing perspective, she'll show you my starting weight, my first one compared to this week. Just know that I was down 1 pound exactly this week. Not great, not horrible. Still down, moving in the right direction, and that's all I can ever ask. I too want to get to that 2 pounds a week. Saturdays are tough for me. Weekends are tough for me. Mm-hmm. Weekdays are easy to plan around for both of my goals, actually. Mm-hmm. But weekends get a little bit more difficult, so I need to come up with a better plan for weekends. Right. Then my secondary goal is the number of steps. I went down. I sort of had an illness the week before last, and I worked from home a couple days, which made the number of steps I got pretty minuscule. When I'm working from home, my trip to the bathroom is not 200 steps; it's 10 steps. So I have to make it a conscious effort to go out and actually get steps in when I'm at home working instead of at work working. But this week, I actually think I made back most of what I had lost from the previous week. So I'm hovering about 7,900 steps according to my fitness tracker is my goal for today. So we'll try and get back above that 8,000 step mark for next week, and that's my goal. And I've gotten it to where during the week when I'm at the office, I'm walking twice a day. We have a awesome walking path that I actually do have a video. You see the walking path that I get to do. It's a beautiful walking path that I get to go on twice a day. That usually gets me about 6,000 total steps. It's about 3,000 steps around. So I never have trouble hitting my step goal where it is now based on that walking path. Now, once I get myself up to where my goal is around 9,000, I'm going to have to figure out something else to continue adding steps in.
And as we know, if you remember from a couple videos or maybe last video, we shared that we do live in Nebraska, and winter is coming. Yes, we're Game of Thrones fans.
Season finale tonight. Woot woot!
Well, not so much. The season has gone by really quickly.
It has.
And I'm very upset about that. But with winter coming, what are your plans?
So my office is the lower level. We have sort of a walking path. We also have a really nice gym that if it's snowy or whatever, I can go get on the treadmill for my walking breaks. I've scheduled walking breaks in my day. I've blocked off my calendar so I know I can go take a 20-minute walking break. So whether that's on a treadmill where I'm watching TV or if I'm outside, I always prefer outside. But even if it's cold, I can throw on a coat. I don't mind being outside when it's cold. As long as it's not snowy and dangerous, I'll go outside. But if it is snowy and dangerous, there's the treadmill, or just in the lower level of the buildings. Probably 6 or 7 times around both buildings will get me 1,500, 2,000 steps or so. So it's just a matter of keeping track of time and number of steps and trying to get the same amount of steps in.
And how's your injury?
It's okay. Today, the last couple of days, it's felt better. I think I probably need to figure out a way to wear my good tennis shoes to work for a couple more days. Just because I don't know if it's the orthotics or the shoes or both, but when I wear those shoes with those orthotics, it feels much better, and I actually make it through the day without needing ibuprofen or ice or anything. So I think maybe khakis with tennis shoes and do the old man look for a couple more days will be good.
Awesome. Well done.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so the other part, just in a couple minutes, we'll leave this video kind of short. We wanted to talk about yesterday a little bit. So we kind of hinted at it as we started about plans. What are our plans? So yesterday we took a trip to Omaha, which is about an hour away from where we live. We had some shopping that we wanted to do, and unfortunately we didn't buy anything that we went there to buy. Oh, sad face emoji.
Oh my.
Oh, whatever. But we did plan on going out to eat lunch. So we stopped and got breakfast on our way out of town. Stopped at a famous coffee store brand that's not Starbucks. Had a donut and a wake-up wrap. She just had a wake-up wrap, which I think, looking back on it, you may have thought differently, because by the time we got to lunch, you were starving because you hadn't had very many calories for breakfast. But we started there, then we went to P.F. Chang's for lunch after we had our first stop, and we didn't eat lunch until about 1-ish.
And we left the house at what, 9:30?
9:30-ish, yeah. So we thought we were making a really good choice. We got an appetizer, green beans. They have
it was fried green beans.
Fried green beans. So we knew it wasn't a perfect choice, but it was better than the crab rangoon that we would have normally gotten. And then we ordered a couple rolls of sushi, just because they had the little green arrow that said they were under 600 calories. So we said, okay, we're making a good choice. We got back in the car after lunch, and I started putting in calories into my FitnessPal. And all of a sudden, I'm like, guess how many calories we had for lunch today? and she guessed like 700 and some. It was closer. It was over 1,000. It was like 1,020 just for lunch, and we thought we were making a healthy choice. And then we went out to dinner with a friend and her kids last night, and again, I'll admit to it. I thought I was making a fairly healthy choice, knowing that I wasn't going to eat all of what was brought to me because I wasn't all that hungry. But I ordered a pasta dish with chicken and sausage and shrimp. Typically, the sausage isn't health food, but that's typically a small portion of whatever they bring you. I got home from dinner and pulled up that dish from Cheddar's into the calorie tracker. And that dish, if I had eaten the whole thing, was 1,695 calories. I ate about half of it. Do the math. That's still almost 900 calories for dinner, and it really wasn't that satisfying. It was good, but it wasn't great. So calories were a chore, and there was a lot of sodium in everything that we ate.
Absolutely.
So when I got up this morning and stepped on the scale, I didn't expect it to be a great number. It was down. It's better than it was, but that speaks to Saturdays for us. We do a really good job planning during the week. We do our grocery shopping on Sunday afternoons. We typically think through what we're going to eat for lunch, and we do a good job planning. But weekends are hard. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think the best laid plans are often where people stumble and fall because, with working all week, you have that structure of, okay, I know I need to eat breakfast. I go to work extremely early in the morning. And a lot of times I don't feel like I want to eat that early. But at the same time, I know if I don't, the rest of my day, I'm going to be hungry and just yuck. So I eat before I leave the house. And then I have a meal. Lunchtime is a chance for me to get away from my desk and sit down and talk to my friends at work and just kind of take a break for a little bit. And then we make dinner when you get home. And I think we do a really nice job of kind of planning for those things, like kind of having calories in mind, but also keeping things that we know that are going to sustain us throughout the day so that we're not tempted to go get a candy bar or snacks of some sort. And I've also been making conscious decision at work to drink a lot more water, which has also helped. But weekends, even on the best plan, I mean, we could put it on paper in black and white, and something always happens. And that's not necessarily to say that that's a bad thing, that something always happens, because, I mean, that's life. It's real life. But it just seems that something always comes along and just kind of surprises us, and it's like, oh, well, those plans have to change now, and we're flexible, so we don't freak out about it. But at the same time, it's really easy to just say, okay, well, this afternoon is crazy, so let's just go grab something.
Yeah, definitely. And we were talking a little bit earlier about how anytime you set a goal for yourself, no matter what it is, a promotion at work, step goal, weight loss goal, whatever, it requires a plan.
It does.
You have to think about it. And that's something that I don't think we are necessarily very good at yet. We're working on it. We tend to really think through now more than we did. Okay, let's go to the store and say, okay, what are we going to have on Monday? What are we going to have on Tuesday? We probably could take that next step of thinking, okay, what's meal prep look like? That would probably help on weekends. But earlier, Candace made a really good point, and then I'll let her talk to it, is, you want to have a plan, but you also want to live your life. You want to leave room for that unexpected. You want to be able to say, yeah, that's okay. This morning at church, we had a ice cream feed. I made the right choice for me. I went downstairs, I talked to people, but I didn't go through the ice cream line. I knew that that's not something that would help me reach my goal, but I still made room to have that conversation and have that socialization that I crave.
So you had the fellowship, but not the food.
Right, exactly. And that's not a decision I would have made a month ago. A month ago, I would have gone downstairs and said 3 scoops, chocolate, whipped cream, sprinkles, Butterfinger bits, whatever is on the table would have been on my ice cream sundae. But I didn't do that. I just had a conversation with a couple folks and watched them eat ice cream. And you know what? I didn't miss it at 11:30 in the morning.
Right. And I think that's a big thing that we've all gotten so used to, and that's not just speaking for us, but I think in general, um, we like to have fellowship that involves food.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
like we had a dinner with a friend last night and her children, and it was great to see them. And we haven't seen them in a while, and so we had a lot of good conversation. Um, but there was the meal involved, and I think it would have been different if we would have called and said, "Hey, let's just get together for tea or coffee or whatever, and bring your kids, and we'll catch up." There's something very unifying in food.
Yes.
And so that I think is part of the struggle, maybe. Because yeah, you want to have a good time, but you also need to be mindful, and that's where planning comes in so importantly.
Yeah. Okay. We are at almost 16 minutes. I don't think we planned it to be this long of a video, but it is what it is. A good conversation, I think.
Yes.
Let us know what you think. Put comments down below for us. Like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to decide. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to have a Disney Cruise Line tips and tricks video.
Mm-hmm.
I had an online conversation with somebody the other day and just threw a tip out there. And they're like, oh my God, that's great advice. We've now been on all 4 of the Disney ships. So we kind of know our way around pretty well, and we know how to navigate Disney Cruise Line.
Plus, there's 3 more ships coming, so that means at least 3 more cruises in our future.
Yay! So we're going to do a video on tips or tricks with some of our maybe pictures and videos from some of our past trips, just to try and help people out, because we don't want this always just to be about us talking about how fat we are and how unfat we want to be. We want it to be more fun than that, and we want it to be more about us and some of our passions. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching.
Yes, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Enjoy your week.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.